advantage over Carpe and Uriarte. Moodley desperately trying to close in on them, and there is the 54 of Veda. Pratama, like Carpe's the cup winner over Uriarte.
Wow, absolutely! Another year in the academy or not, it is huge pressure for everybody out championship at the end of this one. But will the likes of Pini, Moodley and Salmela sign off the year with a victory? The opening part of yesterday's race too, he starts for 9th ahead of Hakan Danish, came from 10th, well actually 11th yesterday.
And we'll see. Okay, 15 laps of Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup action, and another great start, I think, from Valentin Peroni. Yes, he led into the first corner, but Alvaro Carpe comes alongside him. He's going to steal the margin to turn one. Brian Uriarte is up there in 3rd place.
An absolute astonishing start as well for Marco Morelli, the other Argentinian. Look at this, Peter. It is absolutely on the limit already. Pini at the inside, clips with Pratama, but manages to keep it upright. That would have been...
Got his head down trying to catch the leading trio.
Gosh, how many riders there were trying to square it up to get the best drive possible onto this straight? Then how many have changed their gearing ratios for this race based on what happened yesterday? There's Pratama versus...
Who has the advantage over Carpe and Uriarte. Moodley desperately trying to close in on them, and there is the 54 of Veda. Pratama dragging the rest of the pack back into the contention.
For 5th place, Moodley on the prowl. He's chasing down the top 3, says, you're not getting away, I want to sign off with another podium. When you're leading, aren't you? He said, yeah, that's where I'm in my zone. The only problem he's got this morning is the victory and losing the points lead. He was desperately unhappy, and when
he certainly did that. I wonder if he's doing the same thing again. He's just tucking in behind them, not doing anything too ragged at the moment, and seeing how this on that trio. Of course, that leading 3 punch a big hole in the air, and it's a big slip team opportunity. Veda Pratama up the inside of Rouget and into 4th place.
Play a big role in today's Spielberg blockbuster.
And Salmela and Danish 3 of Alvaro Carpe up into the lead.
Inside!
Uriarte! Up the inside. He does not want to let those 2 in front get away. Actually, get more than a couple of bike lengths in front. So there goes the number.
Brian Uriarte all but for a moment through turn 8 then. He got him on the cutback. It is Veda Pratama into the lead, but not for long.
My goodness.
Peroni, 2 for 1. Buy one, get one free. He's been down to Tesco's. You know, I was so impressed by Peroni yesterday. He just showed such mental fortitude. It was all so much pressure on him yesterday.
Carpe, Pratama, Uriarte hanging in 4th place ahead of Moodley, and Uriarte, you can bet he's going to defend that. He wants to hang on to the tyres for late in the race, but he's not going to let those his arch rival Alvaro Carpe get too far ahead.
We do have a leading group of about 9 or so riders when they find their way into the podium spots as well. Morelli, always a threat as well.
And in 8th place, Guido Pini, he had there's a penalty at the end of the race yesterday, last year, and even at the beginning of this. But it's all changed now. He said, I can get past people. There he is, the number 26, because it's got the hard braking. I like hard braking. He said, I also like the super fast corners. So, you know, I love this place.
God, Moodley.
Right up the inside,
look
Moodley.
at that.
Yeah.
Quietly spoken, but the heart of a lion has the South African. I love watching him. He's one of my favourite characters in the Rookies Cup. I just would love to see him sign off with another podium. He so richly deserves it.
6th gear, over 220 kilometres an hour, 140. Briefly up to 4th, then back to 2nd gear, and the big squirt of acceleration from 114 kilometres an hour, 71 miles an hour, up through the gears, up to 5th gear, across the start and finish line. 8 laps to go.
He's it right back up again. Uriarte, yes, 6th place he is. He's about to lose that potentially to Pini. No, he doesn't. He chops his nose off. Pini, the fastest rider of the race so far, 145.1. That's a tendency that they got to be careful. And this is all bunching back up again, all towards Plonk at the back of the pack, a 14th position. 14 riders technically fighting for this podium, Peter. I mean, gracious.
And fingers crossed we're not seeing the track limits warning that we did yesterday.
No.
Let's hope it stays like that. We do not want this decided, the race decided.
Back to turn 15. Just so fast on these lightweight 250cc machines.
And Pratama hanging on to that lead superbly over the 73 of Valentin Peroni.
I mean, ladies and gents, Indonesia has an absolute star in the making on a video game. But goodness me, isn't he brilliant? Oh, and he nearly clips the back of...
Carpe.
come back down in towards turn 8 then. The last of the late breakers is Valentin Peroni then, carrying it out wide. This is all on the line. He is so desperate for this victory. Will he do it?
Just past halfway through this race.
These moves, is he staying calm? Are these moves getting desperate? Are they calm and calculated? Brian, one of the coolest customers in rookies. He's looking a bit ragged, ready for a podium, trying to make a move up the inside of Rouget Moodley as well. Carter Thompson's there too, in 7th position. He's up for it as well. Come on.
Was that Brian Uriarte out on the green stuff, I think?
I think he was pushed a little bit wide there by Thompson's move up the inside. Thompson making big waves. He's up into 5th now. This is the best
move.
I'm absolutely exhausted, Peter. The stress of yesterday, the stress of today. Who's going to win? I mean, I'm glad we don't have these finales every week, because otherwise I think I'd die an early death. Goodness me.
Right. There's a 94.
That long run onto the back straight. Peeny going diving for the inside. Literally, absolutely PlayStation lines going on there from Peeny. Somehow he makes it work. As Uriarte then goes forward. Peroni looks behind him.
6th place now.
Peroni getting all unstuck there. I think he got way too close to the back of Carpe. Is absolutely off the charts.
And Pratama leads, but Carpe is there in 6th. Valentin Peroni, he picks up the advantage over Veda Pratama.
And Uriarte says, I want to look up the inside of my former teammate. And
behind him as well, and Rouget would love to pick up a place or two. So it's all going to unfold over these next few laps.
All their skill they've learned over the full season of Rookies Cup racing, laid out onto the track here then. Uriarte.
Peeny, Uriarte. Carpe is there in 5th place. And up the inside of Veda Pratama goes Carpe.
That's not a place you normally overtake. That was brilliant, and that was business. Carpe, open it up, shot
winner.
The racecraft of Uriarte and Carpe has been nearly heads and shoulders above the rest this year. They have been so... Come on!
And he's got the drive there, got a superb run through the corner there. He picks up the slipstream. It's the side-by-side for the Cup. Side-by-side. 83 is Carpe, 51 is... And Brian Uriarte almost loses it completely. Pratama comes up the inside. Patama's going to spoil it for Uriarte. Goes up the inside again.
This is it.
It's this corner. The man who crosses the line first is going to win it. Can Uriarte? Carpe's going to take the Cup.
No!
He goes Uriarte inside. But Carpe has the line. He holds the line. They run to the line. It's going to be Carpe taking the Cup. Valentin Peroni crosses the line. Carpe is the Cup winner over Uriarte.
Wow! Absolutely astonishing! It is just incredible. You could not script it. Films aren't as exciting as that. Delivered. Alvaro Carpe is the Red Bull Rookies Cup champion in 2024.
And I'm so glad that it just came down to the two of them, really, in those final corners. Pure. It was absolutely brilliant. It was just Carpe and Uriarte.
I've never felt tension like that in a finale.